Hello, my name's Lawrence and welcome to Life Through My Eyes. It's going to be my YouTube page, and you can subscribe at the end of this if you wish to, and I'll be giving different topics over different weeks, hopefully for as long as I can find the time to do it. I'm going to start off with regrets. We've all had them. In all aspects of our life, we always find there's something we're always going to regret. For me, it's relationships. I always regret that I could never hold one. I've never been in many, and the few that I have never lasted very long, mostly because of insecurity, and in one case it was because I had a partner who was basically found that it was more fun to have other people that they could get involved with while they were involved with me, but we won't go into that. The regret that I have is with someone that I did meet who felt the same way with me as I felt with them. We go back to 2000, early in the internet phase, basically, because back then there was no Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anything like that. Social media pretty much involved MSN Messenger and I think MySpace, and we all know where they've gone. And I looked on a website of some long forgotten profiles and saw someone there, and he just looked at the photo that he had and thought, wow, it was just a normal photograph of someone standing there looking into a camera, but his eyes and his smile just melted my heart. His name was Philip. Philip worked on a cruise ship and lived in Denmark, and he was a dance instructor, and he was someone who anybody could just fall in love with. But it was someone I really wanted to know more than anything. Lust is one thing, love is another, and I'd rather get to know someone, and I'm still the same way, and it's probably why I'm still single. Anyway, I decided to answer his profile, and I got a profile answer back within 24 hours. I'm going to read that one to you as well. I actually still have printed out emails from back then, but I'll get into what happened later on. Hi Lawrence, thank you so much for your response to my ad. You have my attention and I loved your profile. It seems like you had a very fun life and still having a good time wherever you go. I sure would love to meet you. I had plans to go and work in the Gold Coast, Australia, and I might just take that offer up now that I've seen you online. I was born in South Africa and left when I was 16 years old. My mother is from Amsterdam and my father from the USA. We then lived in Spain for a few years, and then I moved to Denmark. I live there now and I love it. My profession is in the entertainment field. I'm a teacher, dancer actor, my apologies, and I love my work, and I will attach a picture of my dancing so you can see what kind of dancing I do. Adagio dancing. I will be going onto a cruise ship soon and will be doing the world cruise. I'm looking forward to that, as I will be seeing a lot of the countries in a very short time. Unfortunately, Australia wasn't one of them. I will attach a schedule on the bottom of this email. If there's anything you would like to know about me, then just ask. As you can see, this is a different address to the original email address. I use this address more often, and if you like, you can write to me at, and he gives me the address. I would love to start a friendship with you, and if you feel the same way, then I will be a very happy guy. Take care, Philip. Well, I did respond. I asked him a lot of questions. He asked me a lot of questions. And over the next several months, we got to know each other very well. And got to the point where we had to meet. Him working on cruise ships, and I'm working in the hospitality industry here in Sydney. It was difficult trying to find the time. And to show you how serious it got, I'm going to read out one of the emails he sent me, which I have in front of me. Hello, Heartbreaker. Wow is all I can say. Your letter crept into my heart and got stuck in there. I never expected like that from you, which have stolen my heart in a flash. Your words are like a fantasy come to life. The bigger things I look for in someone is honesty, monogamy, trust, individual space, and of course love. I want to be able to introduce this person to my family and friends and share the rest of my life with him. Through the good times and the bad. I know that there will be times when we get angry, but I want to be able to work things out and not let them fester and get worse. Am I asking too much? You haven't asked enough. I believe in giving that and more. All I can offer is myself, and I would like to know that I can make somebody like you a very happy person who would look forward to be with me and see me in the same room when we are in there together. I don't even believe in asking anybody for anything, but prefer them to show it to me. I love to hear somebody say they love me, but I prefer to see it in their eyes without them having to say it. I want somebody to notice me as a person and not just as an object. I love to lie next to somebody and not say a word, but at the same time we are communicating in our minds to each other. I can go on, but I didn't want you to run in the other direction. Quote, in the short time that we have got to know each other, I feel that you are looking for something familiar. I hope that I am right. Unquote. That was a quote from me. You couldn't be more correct. Lawrence, your voice is repeating in my head over and over again. I can't get that sound out of my thoughts. It is so beautiful and exciting. I feel like a little teenager all over again. I have to tell myself to stop at times because it is obvious to the people around me that there is something happening in my life, something very good. Since I spoke to you on the phone for the first time, my mood has changed so much. Every time I've been in contact with you since then, something special is happening to me. I have to sit down and think about it, but then again, I don't want to because I feel too good to even wonder why. I am just so happy that somebody, you, can make me feel like this again. I've started to tell myself it is never going to happen again, but I can now tell myself that I was wrong. Lawrence, your words and thoughts complete me. Lawrence, I am going to stop writing now because I don't want to sound like a child that has fallen in love for the very first time, even though that is how I feel. To me, it is weird to feel like this about somebody that I have not met, but for some reason I feel so strongly about you at this moment that I don't even know how to describe or even write about it. I'm looking forward to hear your voice again very soon. Take care of yourself and don't ever change. Love and hugs, Philip. P.S. Here are some pictures I took yesterday in Copenhagen and last night on the ship. No, you're not going to see those photos. I respect his privacy. Philip and I continued writing to each other all the time. We phoned each other. For his birthday that year, I sent him a dozen long-stemmed roses. And it got very serious. But after about a year or so, things started to unravel. There was always reasons why we couldn't catch up, reasons why I couldn't get the time off, reasons why I couldn't go there, reasons why he couldn't come here. And it got to the point where I got the email from him that said he didn't want to lose me, but at the same time, he didn't want me to stop from possibly having a relationship with someone here because that would be tangible, whereas with him, it might never happen. I took that the wrong way and cut off ties altogether. I wouldn't answer his emails. I wouldn't write to him. I was a shit, basically. I also thought it as a good excuse to back out of it. Through insecurity, I looked at him and I looked at me and I'm thinking, what does he see in me? He saw in me what I can't see in myself. And that was something that it took me a long time to get over. Not the fact that he wanted something more, it's the fact that I couldn't commit to it. I got cold feet and I walked away. And it was something that I've regretted ever since. So people say, why don't you try and find him? Well, a couple of years later I did. In 2007 I was diagnosed with a blood disorder called ITP. What does it stand for? Idiopathic thrombocytopenic purpura. A mouthful, yes. I woke up one morning and found spots on my arms and things, went to the doctor, ended up in hospital for 10 days, and then it took them another 6 weeks to diagnose it. What it is, it's a blood disorder, and it's where your immune system affects your blood, and apparently my immune system was destroying the platelets in my blood, causing my platelet levels to be almost zero, which meant that I could bleed out very easily from a cut, or bruise for no reason at all, or bump my head and cause a hemorrhage. It took them quite a while to get it all sorted out. Put on a drug trial for 2 years, and now, thankfully, and thanks to the doctors at St Vincent's and everything else, everything's fine. It only affects 150,000 people, and wasn't I lucky to be one of those people? But it was at the same time that I then decided life's too short, and I didn't want to regret things that I regretted in the past. So I decided to try and find Philip and make the apologies and hope that we could still be friends. So I looked for him. I wrote back to the emails he had. Got no responses, and I thought, well, I can understand he'd be angry. I still attempted to contact him, again to no responses. I then searched Google, putting his name in there and hoping that there could be some slight little reference to him somewhere where I might be able to contact him. And I did. I found it. Unfortunately, I was too late. It wasn't that he had found someone else. It's that he had a stroke not long after I was diagnosed with the blood disorder, and he passed away in hospital. He was 2 years older than me. And I look back to what I wasted. I wasted that time through no fault of his. Today marks the 9th anniversary since he passed away, September 9th, 2007. According to the obituary, he complained of headaches and pains in his arm, went to the hospital, and passed away. Do I regret it? Of course I do. My best friend, when I told him, said to me, it's a good thing you didn't meet, because he would have died. I don't believe he meant it the way it came out. You don't know how long you have in this world. You shouldn't regret life. You shouldn't regret love. You shouldn't regret, period. I've written something here for him, which gives an outline from the beginning to the end of our fiery relationship, the one that we never met. And I'm going to read it out for you now. From the first time I saw your profile online, I wanted to know you more over time. Your smile was so sweet, your eyes were so blue, with looks so handsome, and a dancer to boot. I saw in you, as you saw in me, a future together, but how could it be? You from a land so far away, and me from down under. Your night is my day. Every email I sent, you quickly replied, your words so lovely, they brought tears to my eyes. The affection was growing, you said, I love you. My heart swelling so large, oh God, as I loved you too. Photos and phone calls were sent when we could. It was now time to meet, we both knew we should. Plans were made to visit each other, for we knew in our hearts there could be no other. Weeks turned to months and then to a year. Never to meet was what I now feared. Then came the note I knew I would dread. To only have friendship, it pretty much said. Much to my shame, I then shut you out. You'd done nothing wrong, I knew with no doubt. It was me having trouble I couldn't let go, but to write back to you, I had to say no. The years passed on by, you still in my thoughts. I emailed you back, forgiveness I sought. Nothing came back, not even a sound. Perhaps there's a partner I'd hoped you had found. I googled and searched all over the net, looking for you, still full of regret. Then there it was, in black and in white, a short-worded story found late in the night. Over and over I read while I cried, as it told me the story of how you had died. I can never forgive the way I behaved, but the memory of you in my heart, it was saved. There will come the day we will be together, and our love will continue forever and ever. Turn to your partner, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. Look them in the eye and tell them, I love you. Don't regret your relationship. Don't regret life. Don't regret ships in the night that you pass by. Life's too short to have these. Live it to the full. My name's Lawrence. I'll see you next time. Feel free to subscribe.